Imagine an empire vast as the known world, its emperor seeking to conquer Greece. This is the story of how a mere 300 Spartans stood against that tide. Their destination: Thermopylae, a narrow coastal pass known as the Gates of Fire. A bottleneck, a natural fortress where even a small force could hold back a giant. King Leonidas, a warrior king, led 300 of his elite Spartan hoplites, men trained from boyhood for one purpose: to be the shield of Sparta and Greece. Every Spartan was a soldier, their lives dedicated to rigorous training, discipline, and the unwavering brotherhood of the phalanx. They were a single, invincible force. Across the sea, Xerxes, the great king of Persia, commanded an army that dwarfed any seen before, boasting of the land's wealth and his divine right to rule. Tens of thousands strong, his forces included not only Persians but also contingents from across his empire: archers, cavalry, and infantry, a relentless human wave. Xerxes sent emissaries demanding the Greeks lay down their arms. Leonidas's defiant reply was legendary: "Molon Labe, come and get them." The Spartans formed their phalanx, a wall of shields and spears. The narrow pass negated the Persians' numerical advantage, nullifying their famed cavalry and archers. Waves of Persian infantry crashed against the Spartan wall, but broke like surf. The disciplined Greeks held their ground, their spears finding their mark with deadly precision. Even Xerxes' elite immortals, known for their skill and ferocity, were repelled. The Spartans' superior armor and fighting tactics proved too much for the attackers. As the sun set on the first day, the pass remained in Greek hands. Thousands of Persians lay dead, a testament to the Spartans' unyielding resolve and skill. Xerxes, enraged by his army's failure, could not comprehend how so few had inflicted such heavy losses. He resorted to sending his best troops again. The second day saw renewed assaults, focusing on the immortals and elite units. Yet, the Spartans, fighting in shifts, continued to repel every wave with unmatched discipline. But a devastating turn of events was unfolding. A local Greek named Ephialtes betrayed his countrymen, revealing a secret path through the mountains. This path allowed the Persians to bypass the main Greek force and attack from the rear. Leonidas learned of the betrayal and knew their position was compromised. Realizing defeat was inevitable, Leonidas made a strategic decision. He ordered most of the allied Greek forces to retreat, saving them for future battles. He and his 300 Spartans, along with a contingent of Thespians and Thebans, would remain to fight to the last man, becoming a legend of defiance. On the third day, surrounded and outnumbered, the remaining Greeks fought with a ferocity born of despair, knowing this was their final glorious hour. Surrounded on all sides, the Spartans pushed out into the open, fighting with swords and even their bare hands against the immense Persian host. King Leonidas himself fell in the thick of the fighting, a beacon of courage inspiring his men to fight even harder over his fallen body. The remaining Spartans and Thespians fought on until every last one perished, creating a legend that would echo through history and inspire Greeks for generations. The Persians finally secured the pass, but their victory was hollow. They had paid an enormous price in blood for a strategic yet Pyrrhic win. Thermopylae was a tactical defeat for the Greeks, but a colossal moral victory. It galvanized Greece and set the stage for future battles that would decide their fate. The bravery of the 300 became a rallying cry. It proved that the mighty Persian Empire was not invincible, inspiring hope and resistance across the Hellenic world. An oracle had foretold that if Sparta mourned a king, the Persian invasion would be averted. Leonidas' sacrifice fulfilled this prophecy for future conflicts. While Thermopylae was a land battle, the Greek naval forces were also crucial. The Battle of Salamis soon followed, a decisive blow to Persian naval might. The Athenian leader Themistocles masterfully lured the Persian fleet into the narrow straits of Salamis, where their numbers became a disadvantage. The Greek victory at Salamis crippled the Persian navy, cutting off Xerxes' supply lines and forcing him to retreat with a large portion of his army. The following year, the combined Greek forces, emboldened by their successes, defeated the remaining Persian army at the Battle of Plataea, securing their freedom. Thermopylae may have been a tactical loss, but its legacy is one of unparalleled courage. The 300 Spartans became symbols of sacrifice for freedom. Their discipline, their willingness to die for their beliefs, and their unwavering loyalty to each other defined Spartan ideals and inspired Western thought on duty and honor. The tale of Thermopylae, immortalized by historians like Herodotus, became a cornerstone of Western literature, a timeless narrative of a valiant last stand. While Xerxes eventually withdrew, the sheer scale of his ambition and the immense forces he marshaled reshaped the geopolitical landscape of the ancient world. The Persian Empire, the largest the world had ever seen, demonstrated both its immense power and its vulnerabilities. Thermopylae was a costly lesson for Xerxes. Sparta, though eventually declining, never forgot the sacrifices made at Thermopylae. It became etched into their identity, a reference point for valor and duty. The battle wasn't just about defending land. It was about the very idea of freedom from foreign domination. The 300 embodied this fight for self-determination. The strategic importance of narrow geography was proven. Control of choke points, like Thermopylae, could neutralize overwhelming numerical superiority. Ultimately, the battle came down to human courage, discipline, and leadership. The Spartans' unwavering resolve in the face of certain death is its enduring lesson. The story of Thermopylae has inspired countless military leaders and thinkers throughout history, a touchstone for discussing duty, sacrifice, and strategic brilliance. Even today, the spirit of Leonidas and his 300 resonates. They remind us that true strength lies not just in might, but in purpose and conviction. The battle challenges our modern perceptions of power. Was it the Persian Empire's vastness or the Spartans' unyielding spirit and strategic defense? Thermopylae illustrates the profound impact a small, dedicated group can have. Faced with overwhelming odds, their courage and unity proved decisive for morale. The battle didn't just save Greece from invasion, it became a foundational story for Western civilization, shaping ideals of heroism, sacrifice, and resistance against tyranny. Though Xerxes eventually retreated, his ambition to expand the Persian Empire was real. The efforts at Thermopylae were part of a complex, large-scale military campaign. Leonidas's willingness to lead from the front, to share the danger with his men, exemplifies a leadership model that resonates through military history. The story often focuses on the 300, but the courage of the allied Greeks, especially the Thespians who chose to stay, is equally vital to the Thermopylae legend. Spartan women were known for their strength and influence, raising warrior sons and upholding Spartan values. Their resilience, too, was a key to Spartan society. While defeated in Greece, the Persian Empire continued to be a major power for centuries, its culture and influence stretching across vast territories. The terrain of Thermopylae was critical. Understanding and utilizing geography remains a fundamental principle in military strategy to this day. The story of Thermopylae transcended mere historical fact, becoming a powerful myth about the ultimate triumph of courage and sacrifice over brute force. Imagine the sounds, the clang of bronze, the shouts of warriors, the hiss of arrows. The battle was a symphony of desperate courage and disciplined action. Xerxes' vision was to unite the known world under his rule. Thermopylae was a significant, albeit costly, step in that monumental ambition. The Spartan emphasis on discipline, training, and unwavering obedience remains a central theme in understanding their military prowess and their ultimate sacrifice. Thermopylae was more than a clash of armies. It was a clash of ideologies, absolute monarchy versus a nascent ideal of civic freedom and self-governance. The Spartans and their allies formed a living shield, their bodies protecting their homeland. Their sacrifice bought precious time for the rest of Greece. The oracle's prophecy was fulfilled not just by Leonidas's death, but by the very act of defiance that would ensure Greece's survival and future glory. Xerxes' overconfidence and underestimation of the Greeks contributed to his eventual defeat. Thermopylae was a stark reminder that hubris can be a fatal flaw. The Spartans lived by a strict code: never retreat, never surrender, and defend fellow warriors to the death. Thermopylae was the ultimate expression of this code. The story of the 300 soldiers who held the narrow pass has resonated across cultures and centuries, embodying the ultimate fight for freedom against impossible odds. The Battle of Thermopylae is a testament to what courage, discipline, and sacrifice can achieve. The 300 Spartans ensured that their story would never be forgotten. The legend of the 300 lives on. What does the courage of King Leonidas and his warriors inspire in you today? Share your thoughts below.